Good evening. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. The Sarawak government is earmarking nearly 2 billion ringgit to upgrade water supply infrastructure across the KAPIT division, alongside additional funding to drive socio-economic development in the region. Sarawak Premier Dato' Pandigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the 1.96 billion ringgit allocation will be supplemented by new funds channeled through the Upper Rajang Development Agency, or URDA, and the Regional Corridor Development Authority, also known as RICODA.
Kita juga membangunkan beberapa jalan terpenting di sini, including those that connect Balik Dam, and also to various rumah panjang along River Balu, River Balik. And we have drove 122 juta for settlement at Sungai Mari Raya, which will begin construction sometime next year. Then there are other spur roads that are being constructed through for JKR, as well as the other agency through URDA.
Following the Sarawak Development Coordination Committee meeting earlier today, Abang Johari notes that most projects under URDA and RICODA are progressing. They will continue under the 13th Malaysia Plan, with additional financial injections expected to sustain development momentum.
We are talking about the next round under the 13th Malaysia Plan. We will continue under the 13th Malaysia Plan. And URDA, particularly URDA, and the RICODA will get certain financial injection for them to continue with the proposed various projects, but more on the next round, more on socio-economics. For instance, there's proposal for us to plant trees like in Surai that will become feedstock to the fish in the river or in the dam.
To date, URDA has received 1.5 billion ringgit in alternative funding for 42 projects, including road and bridge works, water supply initiatives, and the ongoing KAPIT master plan. URDA has also implemented 24 socio-economic programs under the Community at Score initiative, benefiting local entrepreneurs, farmers, and small-scale industries.
KAPIT has the potential to become Sarawak's first eco-friendly pedestrian city, with its unique landscape and location deep in the state's interior, providing a strong foundation for sustainable urban development. This was said by Premier Abang Johari after Norwegian urban planning expert Dr. Hans Jacob Roald praised KAPIT's natural beauty and recommended turning it into a walkable city.
Ada seorang pakar yang saya bawa di sini, ada berjumpa, datang ke KAPIT, jumpa residen Profesor Han dari Norway, yang kata KAPIT beautiful, but katanya kalau boleh make KAPIT as a pedestrian city, artinya si banyak motor tapi banyak berjalan kaki, katanya, kena sekarang dunia berkedakkan kawasan yang friendly, eco-friendly, green. Dan kalau KAPIT di tengah-tengah Inland Sarawak, boleh kita bangunkan sebagai eco-friendly city. Kerana KAPIT baru membangun, mungkin you can become one of the top cities in the world, for all you know.
The Premier also drew parallels with the success of the Borneo Cultures Museum, which has gained global recognition, even surpassing Paris's Louvre for its interactivity and design. Abang Johari says the same visionary approach that elevated the museum to global recognition should shape KAPIT's urban development.
A routine fishing trip turned tragic off the coast of Tanjung PAYUNG in Bintulu when a vessel carrying 6 men capsized amid rough seas and strong winds on Wednesday evening. 2 fishermen remained missing, while 4 others were fortunately rescued by a passing tugboat. According to Bintulu Maritime Zone Director Captain Muhammad Sufian Aldin Abdullah, the incident happened about 3 nautical miles northwest of Tanjung PAYUNG. The Maritime Rescue Subcenter, or MRSC, received a distress call at around 6:15 in the evening after the crew of the tugboat TVS pulled 4 survivors from the water. One of the men, Nasri Harun, said their Class C fishing vessel had been battling heavy swells before it overturned, leaving 2 crewmates swept away and accounted for. Following the alert, MRSC immediately launched a search and rescue operation, deploying a Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency patrol vessel to comb the area for the missing fishermen. The 4 rescued victims were taken to Bintulu Port for medical attention, one of them reportedly suffering injuries to his hand and chin. Authorities are urging coastal communities and fishermen to exercise extreme caution and avoid going to sea during bad weather, reminding them to always follow maritime safety procedures to prevent further tragedies. Anyone witnessing or expecting maritime emergencies is urged to contact the numbers shown on screen for immediate assistance. A 21-year-old Indian man is feared to have drowned after he went missing while swimming in the crocodile-infested Baram River near Kuala Tutoh, Miri, yesterday evening. The Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department said the victim was part of a ship's crew and was last seen swimming near the riverbank at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A sudden storm is believed to have caused his vessel to drift toward the middle of the river. The victim, who was bathing at the time, reportedly attempted to swim back to the ship about 30 meters from shore but disappeared shortly after. In a statement, the Fire and Rescue Department said witnesses saw the victim vanish suddenly from sight while swimming and were unable to throw him a lifebuoy in time. No one dared to enter the water as the area is known to be infested with crocodiles. Following a report lodged by the Marudi District Police last night, firefighters from the Marudi Fire and Rescue Station launched a search and rescue operation early Thursday morning, assisted by police personnel. The operation involved the use of a grappling iron to scour the last known area where the victim was last seen. As of this news report, the victim has yet to be found. Welcome back. Insurance companies, takaful operators, and third-party administrators do not have the authority to determine patient treatment in the country. According to Deputy Finance Minister Lim Hui Ying, decisions regarding patient care remain solely in the hands of doctors. She adds that ITOs and TPAs are only responsible for verifying whether a claim treatment falls within policy coverage, based on medical necessity and standard treatment protocols.
Jika rawatan yang disyorkan tidak dilindungi di bawah policy insurans, bayaran boleh diselesaikan secara langsung oleh pesakit.
At the same time, Hui Ying says that industry data shows the ITO sector maintains an average claims approval rate of over 90%. However, the government, together with Bank Negara Malaysia and the healthcare industry, including hospitals and IT,
On to world news. Typhoon Kalmaegi has killed at least 142 people and left another 127 missing after unleashing devastating flooding across the central Philippines. Floodwaters described as unprecedented rushed through Cebu province town and cities this week, sweeping away cars, riverside shanties, and even massive shipping containers. The typhoon is so far the globe's deadliest of 2025. More than 500,000 Filipinos remain displaced. In Liloan, a town near Cebu City where 35 bodies have been recovered, cars were piled atop each other by floodwaters and roofs torn off buildings as residents attempted to dig out of the mud. Christine Aton's sister, Michelle, who has disability, was among Liloan's victims, trapped in her bedroom as the floodwaters rose inside their house.
Umiyak na kami kasi gusto na namin yung maligtas yung ate namin eh. Ginagano namin ayaw talagang mabukas hanggang sa ganito na lang yung yung kaliit yung bintana. Sabi ni Papa na, wala na talaga tayo magagawa dahil baka tayo tatlo ang ilibing dito dahil nagaantay yung nanay at kapatid mo sa taas. Umiiyak na doon, punta na tayo doon, wala na talaga, umiiyak na lang talaga kami.
Kairos Roa, a 42-year-old father of two, said his family was saved by his dogs barking when water rushed into their home in the early hours, giving them just enough time to reach their roof.
Halos magdalawang araw wala kaming kain. Pati yung anak ko wala, trauma, hindi makausap yung anak ko. Buti malalaki na, mga dalaga na, 14 yung babae, tsaka yung isa mga 18 yung pero trauma sa tubig kasi first time namin na-encounter na ganun.
On Thursday, President Ferdinand Marcos declared a state of national calamity, a move allowing the government to release funding for aid and impose price ceilings on basic necessities. Still more than 1,500 kilometers to the country's east, tropical storm Fengwong is slowly building strength as it heads towards the Philippines' main island of Luzon. It could reach super typhoon status before it makes landfall on Monday. United States officials said the scheduled capacity for flights was being cut by 10% in 40 busy air traffic areas nationwide on Friday as the longest government shutdown drags on. Federal agencies have been grinding to a halt since Congress failed to approve funding past September 30th, with some 1.4 million federal workers from air traffic controllers to park wardens still on enforced leave or working without pay. More than 60,000 air traffic controllers and Transportation Security Administration officers are now working without pay, and the White House has warned that increased absenteeism could create chaos at check-in lines.
I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible. The administrator is going to talk about all of the tools we're going to deploy. One of them, though, is going to be that there is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations.
Some of the nation's busiest airports in Atlanta, Dallas, Los Angeles, and New York City could be among those hit. The government shutdown became the longest in history on Wednesday, eclipsing the 35-day record set during President Donald Trump's first term. Get all the updates you need all in one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs. Available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire will on your screen anytime, anywhere. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.